Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at around the world. This is Drama Free Gaming. It is what it says, and it says what it is. I'm hanging out here with my brother from another mother, the one and only Dark Dad. What's going on, Jay?
Now, what's going on now? Why I gotta be the one and only?
Well, the
You
one and only.
well, I mean, I know I'm the one and only, but I'm not the one and only.
Well, you know this relationship, man. It's about fidelity, and here we are playing the Division 2. Talk about fidelity. Oh, now that would be my luck, but I'm glad I got this quick internet going on because you got a little patch going on here. So what's good with you, Jay? I'm kind of like sensing that I lost you here for a second. Maybe your mic got disconnected or something. But everybody else, if you're listening, if you're catching this on a VOD, whether on Mixer or on YouTube.com, I appreciate if you hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. Help us to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's still my goal. It's still my aim so that we can get that drama-free gaming at the end of YouTube.com. So yeah, we're just gonna chill tonight, chat it up like we always do, and playing some Division 2. Not really anything specific unless Jay got any surprises for us. I hear Jay trying to connect again. Jay, you hear me?
There we go.
Cool. What happened, man? You got disconnected?
I made I did something really dumb, and
Okay.
to embarrass myself, I pulled out my jack from my actual. It links to my headphones, and a jack. I kind of accidentally pulled it out, and I was sitting there trying to talk.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a good look, man.
All right. Well, I mean, that's why I had you on your side looking at the stream just to make sure the audio is coming in loud and clear, which I hope it is.
Oh yeah, you sound like your sexy self, like you always do, baby.
Well, talking into a mic, and the chat is coming through on actually on a new pair of headsets that I just literally picked up today. So we got 3 free caches. I guess that's for the Chris. I mean, we haven't played this in a minute, man. I haven't loaded this up or anything, so I don't know what's new, what's not. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. Okay.
I'm just gonna load it up, get into the game, see what's going on.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going through all my stuff again. It's been a minute.
Oh yeah, you are actually in the game. I'm actually still loading up now. I'm wondering, Jay, if this game, the Division 2, is actually going to. I mean, I guess now the raid that's currently out is not going to change as far as the 8-man raid, which I don't have a problem with. I was excited when they announced a raid and that it was going to be 8-man, but hindsight, it's 2020, and to get 8 people that together at one time to run it, it's pretty hard, man.
It's pretty hard. Yeah, well, we had it. We actually got people. It's just getting everybody together all at once is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, we got enough heads, that's for sure, but we want to apologize for issue affecting your gameplay experience. Hope you enjoy the next items whatever. I couldn't even read the message that was being posted out here. Where am I?
Wow, what happened?
I don't know. Okay, so I'm definitely not at the boo. So let me go back to the boo. Tidal Basin requirement: Manning National Zoo. Bank headquarters.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, okay. All of this stuff. This must be like some. All right. Let me just go back to the booth for a second. So yeah, what I was saying before I lost my train of thought there was, I'm hoping that maybe moving forward they'll consider doing a 4-man raid like they got with Breakpoint. I think with 4 we can actually muster, a couple people and get 4 and run it. And even if it's, set to that difficulty for 4 players, that'd be great.
What were they called in Division One?
What you?
Four player. What were they called?
Oh man, you got
Like
me.
Lost.
Yeah, yeah, I know what
It
you're
was like
talking about.
Lost Falcon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of their names.
yeah. Lost Signal was it? One of them.
Yeah, Lost Signal was
Uh
one.
huh.
What was the one? Something about fire or something like that, right?
I guess, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. But my thing is, yeah, like I would love for the main event, the raid, to be go back to 4 man instead of an 8 man. And maybe I'm just talking selfishly.
I wouldn't say you talking selfishly. I just think that I mean, who unless you want to play with a bunch of random people, which can be done. I mean, I'm pretty sure right now, if we wanted to run the raid, I think probably at least get 2 other people right
Right,
now.
right.
You have been promoted to
But as
group
far
leader.
as like
An
getting an
agent
eight
from your
man,
clan has
probably
joined your
not.
team.
And then depending on the popularity and the population of the game, there's no telling if you can get 8 to run it with randos.
Right, right. Well, I mean, when we rolled back in D1, um, we did 4, and it was usually 3 solid, and 1 that would trade places.
Yeah.
That was just how we ran
Well,
things. So you know, I would love it to be
well,
an option to be considered again. I'm sure they could do it. It would probably take a little bit more work, but I don't know if they're gonna do that moving forward.
well, you know what? I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but God only knows what they're going to do at this point. Because let's be honest, they're going to do what they want to do. They want to do it.
All right, are you
I don't
back
know
at the
how else
booth?
to say it. I was right next to you.
Oh, was you upstairs? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you
You was
want
running around and you ran off.
you want to pick
I
something,
was go-
and we'll just run it.
yeah. Give me
I guess at this
yeah.
point.
Give me a second. I was clearing out some inventory space.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I was let me clear out some of this inventory space. I know it's going.
Yeah, my stuff is
You know what?
pretty
I
much
just need
already
this
cleared, like
mission.
cash and all that other stuff. I'm like,
All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. We got a bank headquarters. We got. Let's see what bounties we got. Kind of shake off some of the rust and do a couple bounties. All right, we got a bounty coming up here.
hi, you lead us there. Yeah, this is another
All right,
game. Again, I wish I would have found personally more enjoyment or more reason for me to come back to it. I mean, I know that with time, it's
well,
been patched up and all that. But remember, we were having that conversation not too long ago, just maybe a few days ago, about how I kind of like made the point of, are we, well, how was it that I put it? Are we going to pretty much have to get used to having these games release where they are incomplete, and then waiting for quote unquote these patches to come through, and for the quote unquote community feedback, for changes to happen, and for the game to become what we want it to be, if ever?
well, ask yourself this one question. And let's be frank. In today's age, no game is where you truly want it to be because you can't make everybody happy. Somebody's going to do something, or somebody wants the game a certain way,
Target near you.
and it ain't gonna work, and they get unhappy. And then when you try to change it, other people get unhappy. So is it
I'll be praying for
when
your
you
safety.
really say that,
Oh, Jay, where you at?
I'm right here.
I fast traveled to you, and what do you mean I'm right here? I don't see you.
Let's see. Let me come back for you.
Well, I mean, I just
You
pressed.
see me down here?
Fast travel. Did you mark the
Yeah, I
spot
see you. Yeah,
with the arrow? So I just follow the arrow.
yeah. I see you coming. You should be coming up the street.
You see me coming up that way? Okay, that's fine. You just got there and went ahead of me then. That's fine.
Oh, you going the wrong way, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if you had marked it or not.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I don't see. Are you going
It
towards
should be. It should
main?
be up north. I'm.
Let me see. Hold on. Oh, there you are. I see. Okay. Yeah, I don't see you marked there. Now I'm marking you. Okay. Yeah, as you guys can see, if
Okay,
you're
you
watching
marked
this
me.
on a replay or again you're watching this, VOD or whatnot, it's been a minute since we played this game.
Target is
So
nearby.
I'm
Pretty sad.
apologize for my gaming right now until the
You
reflexes kick in.
apologize for it. It happens. What do you open the gate? Thank you. Wow, this is wow.
Supplies detected.
It's been a while. Why is everybody attacking me today? What did I do? Yeah, y'all hold on to that.
Oh, you getting the fire from the other side. Okay, I see. Okay. So much for that. Are we going up here? Is that what we doing?
Yeah, we gotta go up them stairs. Wait, grab this.
So yeah, I mean, the answer you gave, I agree with you, and at the same time, it's not really what I was asking. Like, what I was asking, or I kind of making the point is, are we in a time where, like, okay, the link you sent me, on the Fallout 76, and how Bethesda was
Yeah.
just trying to downplay, like, all the faults and everything of that game, and that they had a great year, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand how any company, not only Bethesda, and I'm playing devil's advocate here, how they're not going to want to highlight any negativity. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well, they'd be stupid if they.
I wouldn't want to hang out, highlight any negativity, to be honest.
Serious trauma detected.
Yeah, but you can't keep ignoring your customers because at the end of the day, if you don't bring attention to it, that's only going to make the situation worse.
Yeah, but
Address it immediately.
but the flip side of that, brother, is, you have people that no matter what are going to support the game, no matter what. I mean, you're a fan, and when you're a fan, no matter what, you're going to support it. Like, look at the ridiculousness with that subscription. What is it, like a $15 subscription or something a month, so that you can play on like a private quote unquote server, and the point of where they were talking about companies now are creating problems so that they can sell you the solution. I mean, that's not the first time I heard that. But that's kind of like the situation that we in now. Oh, that was easy, bro. Like, I didn't even get like 2 shots off, bro.
I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't do it.
and I gotta change my loadout, man, because I ain't got like nothing to heal. Everything is offensive. What do we got here?
Well, I remember you said something about building an offensive build, but
No, I mean, that's just.
that's not your forte. But
I will mark something else off, and maybe I'll get 3 shots off this time.
what you trying to say, man?
And you know what?
Why can't
My TV's looking dark. Let me go into these settings, cause audio, graphics. I need that brightness maybe up a little more. Throw that neutral lighting off. Alright, let me fast travel on you.
Oh man, this is crazy.
But yeah, man, I mean, I don't like to linger on negativity, and I mean, because we all know the facts. I mean, we don't have to like kind of repeat it over and over and over again. Some companies just don't care. They're just after your money, and whoever is vulnerable or willfully blind or a big time fan, whatever you want to call yourself, it's the game is going to thrive, survive, exist, because at the end of the day, it's your wallet.
Look, I'll say this. I'll agree to your point where there's always people are going to be able to support the game. Case in fact, when D1 or Division 1 was an absolutely wreck of a game, stayed and fought hard and grew. But now, those cushions that players were giving the companies, it's just dying out, because let's face it, if you can't give me a full game, why am I going to give you full support? And you're nothing without the support of the fans. And the minority can't save you. You need the majority.
Well, again, I gotta say that even with a small minority, if you can continue squeezing every last nickel, dollar, and dime, you'll thrive probably longer than you should. And that doesn't give any incentive to like anybody else to make anything worthwhile. Oh, hold on, I wanted to get some of that. I'll take that. Wow, man, my game is dark.
Well, we are kind of in a dim lit area.
I know, it's dark. Are we we're going after a target, or?
Yeah. After I kill these guys.
There you go.
Here you go.
Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contact.
Alright, we're done.
I guess we got another group coming from the other side, so.
Beautiful. They just don't know how to leave well off alone, do you? Oh, you know what? They got a drone.
Yeah, they're shooting. Drone is shooting.
Oh, they dead, boss. We going this way.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something exciting that happened today. I spent some time with my oldest son, and we eventually got to talking about gaming, because he games, but I did not know, and I was pleasantly surprised how much he knows about gaming, and especially in the Nintendo realm.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, he was telling me stuff that I was just like, wow. I mean, I just asked him a question, and he just kept going on talking about games like Fire Emblem and his preference of 2D platformers and Mega Man, so on and so forth, man. It was a really, really good conversation. I would love to have him, when we eventually launch this podcast, bring him on and just cut him loose on Nintendo stuff. He speaks about nostalgic stuff like Sonic and you know, again,
but
we're talking about Game Boy Advance games. So yeah.
Oh, so you said he's right up my alley when it comes to the old school conversation.
Well, I mean, you know, I told him that you deep into the old school stuff, and yeah, but yeah, and we were talking about some other trivial stuff, like, you know, he was just talking about Star Wars lore, and I mean, he said he wishes he was deeper into it, but I mean, there's stuff that he was sharing with me that I had no clue, like no clue whatsoever, and I'm not pretending I'm a Star Wars fan, period.
Well, there's no need to pretend. You're not.
Oh,
Really?
oh, I didn't know that they were behind me.
Action.
Dang.
Agent down.
Wow, we suck.
Yeah, I was completely unaware as like where I was and what I'm doing, bro. Anyway, respawn.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. We go back to the Red Dragon. We'll get it. But you know, it is good. How old is Junior?
Let's see, how old is he? 23?
Oh, so he a young dude and he know about all these games. Yo,
Yeah, well,
some respect for
you
that.
know, I put a control in his hand at a young age, and you know, he's introduced to, you know, 2D side-scrolling. Sonic was like the game he played, but we're talking about like he's been through a lot of handheld consoles, you know, Game Boy Advance, the DS, the DSi, the 3DS. He's really liked and always preferred Nintendo.
Oh, so he's a Nintendo man. I ain't mad.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? I got nothing against Nintendo. He's got good taste. I grew up with the system, and I hope he gets to experience some of the great games that Nintendo they really put out there. And they put some good ones out.
Yeah, and did you hear the news of Nintendo is pretty much first in line to receive, now I don't know how to explain it. I'm just trying to, like, as best as I can report this, but you know how they used I believe it's like NAND chips for their cartridges.
Yeah.
That only gives them, you know, at this point it's only like 32 gigabytes. Well, they got this like new NAND technology that's coming or whatnot that is going to be able to allow them to bump that 32 to 64. And everything's pointing everything's pointing towards a Switch Pro that might release, you know, at the end of 2020, along with the, you know, with the new Xbox Series X and the PS5.
That's crazy, but dope all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nintendo is gonna do their own thing. Are we gonna go back to that same spot, or are you picking something else?
Oh, I got another one picked.
Did you leave already?
Just fast travel.
Okay, I'll
fast travel on me.
So yeah, man, I heard that and I was like, it's good to go. I was like, yeah, I'll be down for a Switch Pro, right along with a PS5 and right along with the Xbox Series X. Now I'm getting the Xbox Series X like day one. That's my preference right there. But
Really?
then after that, you know, if a Switch Pro and then you have a PS5 out, I don't know, man. I don't know. I might lean on that Switch Pro before anything else.
Well, I think I'm gonna get a Switch myself because there are a couple games on Switch that I'm highly interested in. Very much so.
Yeah, give me a second, brother. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Let's go get this high threat patrol. Either we get them or this will be our death. Either way, we're gonna shut it down right after this and go enjoy the rest of our day. Hopefully you guys do the same. Hopefully you got the day off and you're swimming, barbecuing on this 4th of July 2019. Please, please, please don't stay indoors. Go out, get some sun, do something. Enjoy the time, enjoy the day.
Hostile control point nearby.
Okay, it's got a big boy there. Let's go. Throw out the turret. Where you going, big boy? Oh, we got an elite there too.
Oh nah, take your time, man.
Nah, I already know you're already over there. So by the time I get there, everything will be dead.
Nah, I'm doing
Yeah.
the control point right now. So
All right, well I'm following whatever
We got
this
it, the bounty.
this arrow is marked to. So
Location guarded by hostiles.
oh, you gonna run into me?
High
wait,
threat
brother.
enemy patrol detected.
so yeah, brother. I mean, what do you? I mean, you just said a Nintendo Switch Pro. I mean that's going to be really interesting because even now they've ported over games like, you know, Witcher 3, which obviously doesn't look the way it's gonna look on an Xbox or on a PlayStation, but I mean that's a feat in itself.
Well,
I'm
The
going in the
technology for the
opposite
Switch.
direction of where you are at. I don't know why I'm marked. Hold on. I'm marked off on my map to go all the way where? To the downtown west. Why does that keep me locked on that? I don't understand that. Oh my god.
who is shooting me?
All right. Let me go the opposite
Drinking
way.
water nearby.
You hollering charge and got shot in the face. Ain't that something?
So yeah, you know, you're going to have these ports that are coming over and I don't know, man.
Well, I'm all about the experience, and a Switch is another good thing to have around. So that's why I'm kind of really leaning hard on it. Zelda, and even thinking about Pokemon. Don't laugh at me though.
Hostile control
Well, I
point
can't say nothing to Pokemon. I've never played it and I don't think I ever will.
Nah, it's pretty dope, man. I'm a take it from an old professional gamer. I'm old. I played the Pokemon Leaf Green and all that other stuff like that, and it was fun. I mean, it was a different
Hostiles
experience.
guarding location nearby.
I should say.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
There we go.
Well, yeah, I just got here, so
Oh, you just got here?
I told you, man. I was talking to my daughter, and now, you know, turning around, and I told you by the time I get there, everything's gonna be already done. But anyways, nah, I mean, I know tonight this is not this is not the reason why we playing. We're mostly playing just to chat it up and talk about stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, the Switch Pro is something that, yeah, I can see myself definitely picking up eventually. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a day one, but
Well, they haven't really announced it yet, so I mean,
well, I mean, it's been rumored, and I think that Nintendo themselves kind of like, you know, let that cat out the bag early on. Again, nothing solid, nothing definitive, but you know, it's not like a big secret. You already left?
well,
Yeah, you already left.
that's down here.
I gotcha.
Well, the one thing I can say about Nintendo has always lacked in firepower. I mean by that, I mean hardware. Like, they've always seemed to lack in hardware. But what they lack in hardware, they make up in gaming like nobody's business.
Well, from what I understand, brother, Nintendo's never lost any money on hardware. Like, you know, the systems that they've launched, they've never taken a loss on any system. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's what I've heard. You know, so
Do you know how much money Nintendo has?
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but did you just hear what I said? That in every launch of every system, they've never taken a loss. Like, they've built these systems the way that they have, and they're not, you know, in a rush to compete with 4K and all this other stuff because, you know, their fan base is perfectly happy with, you know, what they got.
Okay. Let's be clear on this. Nintendo has made their infinite fortune on handheld. The Game Boy racked up and didn't ever look back, and it's still doing it to this day. So, I am a Nintendo. I love their accomplishments. I don't care who you are. If you want to knock Nintendo, use your head. It ain't just no. Nintendo's a good company. That's why they're still here. So, you know, I had it all. SNES, and besides, you know, Nintendo got on the Game & Watch stuff, right?
Target spotted, Sheriff.
Nintendo got what?
You ever heard of the Game & Watch? You remember the old Tiger games that came out back
Yeah,
in the...
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Nintendo owned them at one point.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I, don't quote me on it, because if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'll get taken to task for it.
I mean, everything that we sharing here, it's stuff that we've heard. I mean, unless you've gone out and done some research or whatnot, but you know, just generalities that we're sharing. Nintendo has concepts of stuff that you know, we're talking about over 2 decades worth of stuff that now they're actually putting out. You know, them being a toy company as well. That's not a secret.
Good job, Agent.
You know. It's just interesting to note that again they've never taken a loss. From what I understand, they've never taken a loss on anything that they've put out on any system.
No, they've never. They cashed in on the NES because the regular Nintendo Entertainment System saved gaming in its entirety. So we can clap for Nintendo for, without them saving the gaming industry, we wouldn't be playing Xbox right now. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm sure that, there's truth behind that, with an NES and I mean, things would have looked different. Definitely it would have looked different.
When Atari, I mean, and you can look this up. People have done it. When Atari dropped ET nearly killed gaming. Period. Like the Atari ET, I think it was the Pops. I see you in here. Hit me up. What system did ET come out on that almost killed gaming? Was it the 2600 or was it the 7200? And I know you hear me, man.
What wasn't it? Wasn't it the 76? I mean, not the 76, the 2600.
72. Was it the 2600?
I mean, I thought it came out
I'm
early.
not sure. Because I know, that's back when E.T. when E.T. released in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was the next best thing since fried bologna. But then.
And you say you see Pops where in the chat? I haven't seen him pop up in the chat.
Yeah. It says Pop used a $10,000 gift.
Well, I haven't seen him pop up in my chat. There he goes. I don't remember. I know the game was made in like a week or two. Yeah, I heard that too, Pops.
Yeah.
That the game was pretty much just, thrown together and that was it.
It was a very, very terrible
System malfunctioning.
I mean, but
terrible.
but the reason why I'm saying okay, the landscape would have looked much more different. I don't think that gaming would not have existed or Xbox or whatnot because just last console generation, there was all this speculation about, consoles are gonna die, everything's gonna go streaming, blah 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 blah. you know, and look where we're at.
That's true.
So yeah, so I don't think, I mean, the fate of gaming would have, the landscape would have looked different, but I don't think, you know, gaming would have disappeared if Nintendo hadn't, you know, if Nintendo hadn't come up on the scene or whatnot. So
Well, 1984,
All right, pig, I'm coming.
when they dropped the NES, took the world by storm and it changed everything forever. Oh, what? Oh, that's why. Look at this little Bruce Leroy looking dude.
I thought we were going inside the building.
Yeah, that's where I was headed.
Yeah, I gotta definitely go into these settings on my game on the screen. And
Are you still looking? I mean, it does look kind of.
no, it's dark on my screen, but I was messing with my settings before, and yeah, I think I just have to default it and start all over again. But that's okay. That's cool. I'll live with it for now.
Show your face.
My brother went downstairs.
Good work.
We got one more. Yeah. It ain't got the Division I feel, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta. Old habits die hard, I should say.
I mean, it's good. It's cool to come back and chill and play and whatever. I mean, I guess, you know, the hopes would have been, I mean, I could have seen this game easily just continue growing in New York. Not to say that Washington, D.C. is not a good location or whatnot, but I could have seen this game easily, you know, spread out from Manhattan into the other boroughs, you know, maybe to a neighboring state or whatnot. But, you know, it's that whole need of we need to throw out a part 2 so we can cash another $60 in instead of let me add content to the game.
So you said they should have just Iceborned it.
Well, you know, we talk about Monster Hunter and Iceborne and Capcom and how they've done that, and I mean, look at the game, man. In my opinion, again, it's my first experience with the Monster Hunter World series. And I know it's been out since like what, 2002? But
Maybe earlier.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is just that they did it right, in my opinion. Where do you go?
Capcom, whatever you do.
Downstairs. Oh, okay.
Capcom, whatever you do, keep producing games like Monster Hunter, and you will forever take my money. I will give it to you gladly. Hashtag Nintendo takes my money. Remember that.
I mean, just look at, you know, again,
Nintendo Capcom. Sorry.
I'm just saying, you know, just look at what they did with Iceborne. Iceborne could have been its own game, just to be honest, in my opinion.
Iceborne is that beast, man. People don't know what they're missing out.
Spotted, Sheriff.
You know, and the sad thing is, everybody plays Iceborne. I don't care if you're woman, man, child. It's just a fun game to play. You know what I mean, brother?
Yeah, man, I hear you, brother. I
Yep.
hear you. I'm still here.
Target down. Good job.
I could see that you've come back to this game. This ain't, you know, your your comeback. Like you've been here before, cause you got some new stuff going on, right? You've been messing with this
One
game.
bad guy at a time.
What you mean?
Sheriff.
No, I know. I know how you play, and you using them Firefly things and stuff. I know, man. You try to put the wool over my eyes.
What are you talking about,
Yeah,
brother?
what
I
am
ain't done nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't done nothing, brother.
You,
I'm in here just like you.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
You're not gonna show me no love, bro.
No, I ain't gonna like validify your lying. That's what I'm gonna do.
This man said validify. Come on, bro.
That's right.
Don't do me like that, bro.
Hold on, don't fast travel anyway, cause I'm gonna go into my settings one more time and see if I can get these graphics looking right.
I already set the
Need the brightness up.
I set the next point.
Turn off various lighting enhancements. Only recommended if you play in a dimly lit room. Okay, so off. I want them off.
All right, brother. Oh, that brother's still working on them systems.
All right, go ahead. I got it bright now, so.
Gotta ask. Okay. So you better now.
I hope so.
You adjusted your color a little bit.
We'll see. What were you gonna ask me? And we still got a timer
So-
that's counting. It says Taylor Company. So where we off to next?
No, that's the next.
Let's go. You fast traveling there? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, I fast travel to you.
So, besides Monster Hunter, which I think still is probably the best game played, in a while, this year alone, what game do you think, with the overall and we're going to hold Monster Hunter as the top tier. What game is on that Monster Hunter level this year to you?
The game I've been talking to you that I'm hooked on right now, Ori. And Ori came out 3 years ago.
Well,
2,
that's
3 years
because you're
ago.
late to the party, don't mean.
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
late to the party.
I'm late. I'm late to the party, but I can't even tell you another game that I played this year that I can say, oh yeah, this game. Like that's sad, And my hands touch a lot of games. Like I touch a lot of games, through Game Pass, Ultimate, on PC, on the Xbox. I had PlayStation 3 times and got rid of it. I play a lot of games. I don't see them through because none of them really capture my attention. There's very few games that I've played that I've said, I have to play this game. I have to beat this game because it's that enjoyable. It's that captivating. And if there's one word for Ori, it's haunting. The game stays with you. That's been my experience.
I've played Ori earlier today for about 30 minutes.
That's the
I'm
introduction.
going to agree with you. Visually, I ain't seen a platformer of that scale, the way they did it. You got what's it called? It's newer game. It was oh boy, I should have thought about
Incoming
it. It
hostiles
was
detected.
Richard the Blood Curse. Anyway,
Bloodstain.
it's another game like Bloodstain. Yes.
Yeah, the Castlevania spiritual successor.
Yeah, I want to say that Ori is kind of based on that, but that's better. Ori's better than that. Then like I told you earlier, brother, before we were on air, it brought a tear to my eye, man.
Well, and Ori is not a visually, beautiful game just for the sake of being a beautiful game. It's captivating, man. It has elements of gameplay in it that makes you want to keep playing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those games that it just happens to have that blend of it's beautiful, the gameplay is tight, the control is tight, the story is there, The mechanics are there, the variety is there, and it makes you want to keep playing it.
The target is nearby.
It is, and not to mention it's got a little bit of a challenge to it.
Yeah, it's got a challenge to it. Not a little bit. It's got a challenge to it. I mean, there's mechanics in the game that change. Where did you go? Underground or around the corner? Okay, I think you went around the corner.
Right here.
I got you.
And like I got the special power. I mean, I'm way early in the game where you can like jump off the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got that, and then I just unlocked 3 or 4 of my first abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And the ability tree in that game,
It's simple.
really?
It's simple.
It's not that it's simple. Just look at all the skills you have.
Yeah, and that's what I like about it, as opposed to like other games and their skill tree where, you have multiple paths you can take and it branches off and this, that, and the other. This one, there's symmetry to it. So like you play and you upgrade, but there's only a certain point that you can upgrade your skill to, and you just can't ignore the other skill branch. You know what I'm saying? There's 3 branches in that game. So eventually you have to go back and upgrade, the other tree because it won't let you move forward.
Oh, so you need something from one of those trees.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you're gonna get to a certain skill on one of the stems or one of the branches that's gonna say, requires you to have this and this, and then so you have to go and upgrade the other 2. But then you realize that nothing's wasted in the game. It's not like, oh, I gotta choose one or the other. It's like, okay, it's time for me to choose this because if I don't, I'm not gonna be able to advance.
It's almost like they're forcing you to use these skills to advance, or you kind of have to choose.
I'm not even. You're gonna choose, but there's gonna be certain things that you're not gonna be able to do. That you're eventually gonna have to, go back, and just do it. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second.
Your target.
You good? But playing Ori today, I see what you mean. I wish I would have given that game a chance sooner.
Yeah, I mean, I played Ori one time before, like early on when it came out, and like you just said, I played it for about an hour, if that,
Good job, Agent.
and then I dropped it for whatever reason. I was like, okay, and I never went back to it. But this time around, I played it and I just, it clicked.
Well, sometimes games, choose you. You don't choose them. It seemed like Ori chose you today.
Well, no, I think that there's just a season for gaming. Sometimes you're gonna be in that mode for, an FPS. Sometimes you're gonna be, RPG mode, platformer mode. That's why I love Game Pass, because it gives me that ability to go and put my hands on games that I necessarily would not go out and buy. But I would play them, and I've been surprised on multiple occasions. Moonlighter is another game that I was going to pick up for the Switch just because it looked appealing, but I kept hesitating because I was like, I don't want to buy the game and then not wind up playing it because I don't like it. When it came out on the Game Pass, I played it, and I'm like, and I play that game now on PC, and I love it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about Moonlighter and how good it was.
Yeah,
Gotta-
and I discovered a new, for me, it's not only a new game, but a new company that I keep my eye on. I think the company that puts it out is 11-bit. And they have another game called Children of Morta or something like that that's on Game Pass as well. And it's that like 8-bit style graphics. Alright, where we heading to? I'm just following you.
We're going to the federal bunker next. So
Okay.
we're going up.
Okay, so I'm on the line here. Did you mark it on the map?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta open up my map because this for whatever reason not marking it on mine. You said federal bunker.
Well, yeah.
I guess I'm just
I
gonna.
marked it. No.
I guess I'm gonna follow you, or you just fast traveled. Oh no, there you go. I don't think you can go through there.
Oh, wait,
brother.
you
I think
gotta
you gotta
go
go around.
Well, I ain't got no good sense of direction. No way. I'm already lost in the head.
Well, it's been a minute since we played this, but
Yeah, it's not like we playing in Division 1 though, man.
I think I can go back to Division 1 and still know the money run.
I might have to take you up on it.
I wanted to pick it up for I told you I wanted to pick it up for PC and go through it again. But yeah, I don't know what's up with Ubisoft. They won't drop the price on Division 1. They dropped it on Division 2, but not on Division 1. I don't understand that. They even
What is it
packaged Division 1 and Division 2 over this holiday. I don't even know if they still got it, but you can pick both games up for like $29.99 or something like that. Both games.
Really?
It's ridiculous. But if you try to get Division 1 on its own, it's like full price.
Now, okay, here we go. I gotta be honest opinion, man. D1 or D2 and why? D1 or D2?
You asking me, and I'm gonna be biased because I'm from New York, and so when Division launched, again, I was following that game from the onset. I was following that game for like 3 years, before there was any, before there was anything. I mean, we're talking about concept art speculations. Marco Styles was the one covering that game like from jump, and I followed his channel hard along with a lot of people. And when the game was, released, from what was revealed and what was released was night and day. But that was to be, expected.
Infiltrated the bunker and sent a digital forensic team to
So yeah,
dig the old
definitely
shade.
Division
We
1.
have to shut them down.
Even though, technically Division 2 has accomplished, I guess, more things, if you want to call it that way. I mean, there's definitely improvements and whatnot, but like I said earlier, I would have been alright if they would have just expanded on Division 1 and just released, expansion packs and open up the boroughs and continue the story. Even change the season. If you wanted to change the season, go ahead and change the seasons. Make it spring or whatever. But we could have kept the same scenario. I would have been alright with that.
You would have been happier if the game was indeed a byproduct of Division 1, but everything we have now was just an add-on to Division 1.
I think I would have been happy with that. Yeah, I think I would have been happy with that. Just like I would have been happy, and I think a lot of people would agree, if Destiny would have just built on Destiny 1 instead of, releasing Destiny 2 and making everybody start all over again.
Well, didn't they let some people carry over the stuff in Destiny, though?
No, you couldn't. I'm talking about your character and your progress and stuff. You couldn't do that, man.
You don't have to be kidding, really?
Nope.
That's the thing. See, I never got into Destiny. I was Division before. I never played Destiny. I had knew a lot of people that loved it, played it, swore by it, just like a lot of people do now.
Yeah, you're playing with one right now.
Yeah, I played Destiny 2 with you, brother. That's why you put it down. You're like,
exactly. I would have been taken right back into Destiny if I would have kept playing Destiny 2 with you guys here just recently. And I knew that. It has all the elements for me in a game that makes it worthwhile playing. It's not the best game out there. It's not, the greatest design or everything, but just the loop. The gameplay loop. That's what got me in Division 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the gameplay loop, man. I mean, think about it. How much of that game did we play from jump before we actually got new content?
Oh, I think we was on that game for a betterment of a year and a half while it was
Clear the
absolutely
area outside
broken.
the bunker entrance.
If I'm not mistaken. If I am, you can call me out.
Well, like I said, it wasn't until we got Underground and
Oh, man.
that we started playing it hard again, and then they released some of the other content. And we never got into survival.
We did right after the game. I think that was the letdown. We should have played more, but didn't.
And a lot of the
I
content, like those not raids, I forget what you call them, but the incursions. That's what they were called. Incursions. The incursions, a lot of those we wound up doing again towards the end of the life of the game.
Very true.
Yeah, and I think that's what's gonna
Well,
happen.
not lost talking.
Well, I think that's what's gonna happen with the gaming here, to be honest. With this game as well. I think towards the end of its cycle, we'll probably get enough people to play the raid and all that other stuff. Left side, left side, left side. Your left, your left.
Roger that. Ooh, that hurt.
Told you on the left side, right?
I got him.
Yeah, and I know I've made this comment before, but also like, and I let out that sigh of disappointment because, when I got my hands on the demo for Division 1 on PC, I think I told you this before, but I finally understood why PC players, and Marco Style were like, I tried playing this game on console and I don't know how people can do it, because the game is built for PC. Division 2, these games were born on PC. They weren't made, or at least tweaked for console gaming.
Well, I mean, when we were actively playing, it didn't really matter. We did what we had to, and then had fun with it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but my point with it is just that, a lot of frustrations and stuff could actually be, it's one of those quality of life things. Let's just say that, when you're a developer, and I don't pretend to be a developer and whatnot and blah blah blah, but if you're gonna release your game on PC, you're gonna release your game on console, you're gonna release your game on handheld, whatever you're gonna do, take that extra step, and tweak it for that platform. I don't know. Am I asking too much?
Don't. Oh no, you can't say that they don't. But I mean, it's all about what they got. We all know there are certain games that look better on certain systems than others. I mean,
and I'm not even talking about the looks, brother. I'm talking about the gameplay. Yeah. I'm talking about the gameplay, the controls.
Well, I'm gonna say something that you'll probably be shocked that I'm going to say. But games are being built. This is me eating crow.
Go ahead, spit it
out.
out.
Games are getting built. Games are being built to go towards the PC era because that's just the way gaming's going to go. Yeah, I know you feel good about it. I know you do.
I'm not saying anything, and I'm not saying I feel good. I'm primarily a console player, man. So, if consoles are blurring that line, and that's what Xbox Series X is doing. They're blurring the line between console and PC by making console gaming, not viable, but making it so that it can rival, these custom made PCs, and stuff that PC gamers have been enjoying for years.
I'll be honest. I don't think there is no rivaling anything this next console generation. There really isn't.
You don't think so?
Legitly, the next console generation, bar none, if you're not even nowhere near a mid to high level PC build, there's no point. I mean, what would be the point?
No,
everything's going computers. You might as well just build a computer.
No, but that's just it. That's the point, Jay. The point that I'm making is that Xbox is at a point right now where they have a console on their hands that is going to, and when I say rival, I use the word rival, it's compete. It's not beat. It's not, overpower and overtake. It's saying, you know what? I have a console and you have a PC. Yeah, you put in, low end specs, maybe $900. High end, maybe $2,000 plus. And I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm speaking as a novice.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as a console player, you're going to get stuff that PC gamers have put a lot of money into building these customized systems for maybe half the price. Because consoles are specifically made. What's going on, Tricky Chimp 8423? Appreciate the follow. Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. So yeah,
what it is? How are you?
So that's what I'm saying, brother. Like, I think a lot of people miss that point. Like, especially console players, they miss that point, and somehow they feel like threatened. Like, oh my God, our consoles are becoming PCs. Blah blah blah. No, that's not the point. We're getting custom spec systems, where we're going to be, again, tapping into the power of a PC, but it's custom made for consoles.
Well, yeah, I can definitely see that. Because at the end of the day, I mean, console and PC was so separated, but over the years, it's just drawn too much together that
Science critical.
You can't pull away from it, man. I mean, I'm with you. I've denied it for many years, and you've heard me deny it. I wouldn't go to the dark side. I wouldn't be on the. I wouldn't be there. But now, let me go ahead and break out the salt and pepper and eat those words, man.
Well, you know what? I try to tell you this, Jay. As a gamer, I don't think we should be one or the other. I think we should, anything that's going to improve gaming across the board, whether that's on a console or a PC, I think we should embrace it. If Microsoft with the Series X, is blurring those lines and has built a machine that can rival PCs, what do you think that's going to do for the industry? It's going to make PCs, say, wait a minute, we got console players now experiencing, stuff that we might have experienced, 5-10 years ago, 60 frames per second. You can laugh at that, because, they're running, 144, 240, whatever it is. I mean, they're running those frames and all that stuff, stuff that we're talking about now and making a big deal of. But it's going to make them perk up and say, wait a minute, this is good. Competition is good, man. Just like I saw a video today from Dealer Gaming. And if anybody's listening, y'all got to check out Dealer Gaming, RDX Podcast. Check out that channel. Check out that brother. I love listening to his stuff. And he's on point because everything he says, he's saying it from a point of knowledge. He's saying it from a point of, he knows what he's talking about. But what I'm trying to get at is he just released a video on how the PS5, there's been, you know, some specs that have been released that points to the PS5 is going to have anywhere between 9 and 9.5 teraflops, which might not mean anything to a bunch of people. It doesn't really mean a whole lot to me. But when you think about the Xbox Series X aiming for 12 teraflops, and we're hearing that Sony is right along with them, you know, looking at aiming for 9.5, maybe 10. That's good. That's competition, man. I want Sony to succeed, even though I love Xbox over Sony. You know?
Well, I don't think Sony has had any trouble succeeding. I mean, let's be honest. The one thing I can say about Sony, they always have a nice array of games that almost never disappoint.
Well, and you know why that is, brother? Do you know why?
I can give you a ton of reasons, but give me yours.
Well, go ahead. Shoot some at me, and let's see if maybe you and I come to the same conclusion. Because I got one primary reason.
Sony?
Yeah. Why?
Well, what's your primary reason?
Why they have been so successful, you know, and continue to be successful, and I think we'll continue to be successful moving forward.
And that would be?
They give their developers the time that they need to make the games.
Bar none, number one answer.
Bar none, number one answer?
Bar none, number one answer.
Yeah.
Time. They got the right companies. Because thumbs up to Monica. You guys, what you have done with the God of War series, probably some of the most great and gorgeous work from a franchise ever been necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give all companies the due respect.
Pop says PlayStation servers have been hacked once a year, so I'll stick to Xbox. Yeah, I mean, that is true. But and we're all gonna have our preferences. Like I said, I'm an Xbox, fan first and foremost. I'm a gamer first and foremost. I've owned both consoles, and the whole rivalry thing just really gets on my nerves because when people try to say, "Oh, this one's better than this one," no. There's games that are on the PlayStation that I will pick up the PlayStation just to play those games. God of War is one of those games.
Can't argue with you there.
Would I love to have played God of War on my Xbox? Of course. Is that ever gonna happen? Never.
I think when I owned my PS4, I played 3 games. And that was Resident Evil 6, Persona 5, and it was something older. I think it was like Street Fighter.
Pops said, then why did you ask the question? What the question that I asked, Pops, was, what was the question? Like, where did you hear me, or what did you hear and interpret? Because I wasn't talking about like who's better than who. I was saying to Jay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I was saying to Jay that, the main reason. Oh, your feelings on PS5? Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and everybody's entitled to them feelings. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna, tell you, oh, you gotta love this or you can't hate that or whatever. I just don't get wrapped up in the fanfare, where again people are gonna nail themselves down to one system and it's like, oh, no matter what, I'm gonna stay connected to this box, like if they were on the payroll or something.
Well, the way people doing it now, people are on the payroll trying to push these games. I mean, let's be honest about it. I hate to say it that way, but it's true. But am I a gamer? Yes. Do I think the PS5 is special? Yes. Do I want it to be special? Yes.
Yeah, I definitely want all these companies to succeed because, you know, if you have one that monopolizes it, forget it. It's a done deal.
Oh, you mean like EA and Madden?
Like who?
EA and Madden? You know,
Yeah.
EA was like
Yeah.
one about the NFL, and we make Madden, and now Madden has pretty much made a joke out of the NFL football series.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's like you want to play football, you want to play Madden. You know, back in the days, it was like, you know, you had 2K putting out a really good football game, and they put it out for $20. I mean, they saw that one coming from a mile away and said, nah, we better jump on this. But that leads us, I mean, you've probably already heard, but MLB, the show, is coming to Xbox and Switch. You know, it's no longer going to be stuck on the PlayStation.
To form takedown plans on all the factions in the city.
Yeah, we were
They're
talking
really
about
moving fast
that.
on this.
And but the people who developed the show,
There should be
that's
back
Sony
in the
in-house.
bunker.
Yeah, that's an in-house Sony production that makes that game. But it's coming out.
So
Sony's still making it. So when you load up your MLB on your Xbox, you're gonna see the Sony logo.
what is the world coming to?
Oh, you know, and there's a bunch of,
Microsoft.
you know, and there's a bunch of people that said, oh, that'll never happen. Sony will never do something like that. Well, whatever the arrangements were that MLB, you know, the MLB and Sony made, it's coming. Whether it was voluntarily or involuntarily, it's coming.
Well, let me tell you. I know exactly what happened. Phil Spencer went there with all the swagger that man has. He was like, nah, we need that. And the MLB was like, okay, Mr. Spencer, you got it.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think Phil Spencer had anything to do with that, bro. I think what
Man,
actually,
you never know, man.
brother, behind us, big boy.
Whoa.
I think what happened, and a lot of people have reported on this before me, you know. But what happened was MLB said, listen, you know, we got next gen consoles coming out. You guys have had the license for whatever amount of time, 10 years. You have done an amazing job. MLB The Show is the game. You know, it's the only baseball game out there that is worthwhile playing. But we need to make more money, you know, because Major League Baseball doesn't get the clout that you know, basketball and football get. You know, the NFL and the NBA, they're not hurting for money. And MLB,
Neither is the MLB.
well,
They give you the biggest contract.
but MLB is still sort of niche. Can you imagine how much money, you know, how much more money? And it's a win, you know, if you think about it, it's a win-win situation for Sony, for MLB, for gamers. You know, if they just get over themselves and just say, you know what, because it's still Sony making the game, Sony's gonna make a cut out of every last copy that's sold, whether that's on Xbox, Switch, PC, whatever. But
Yeah, but to get it published on Xbox, they need the publishing rights to publish it on the Xbox. And Microsoft has a reason to be like, nope, we don't want Sony on our platform. And
brother,
they can do that.
but Xbox won't do that. Xbox is all about play your games where you want, when you want. And MLB is one of those games that, to be honest, there's been people asking for a baseball game on the Xbox for how long? That game comes to Xbox. Bro, that game comes to Xbox, I guarantee you the sales on that game, it's a win-win. I'm telling you,
Yeah, but-
it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everybody. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Sony making the most money.
It's
And
fine.
I don't blame Sony for it. I don't blame them at all.
That's perfectly fine, man. I don't care if Sony's making the money. You know, it's a give and take. You know, you have Sony moving forward with, hopefully they understand when they reached out to Xbox and they said, hey Xbox, can you help us with this cloud gaming, because we kind of know that this is the future, and we have an infrastructure set up, but we need something more solid. And PlayStation could have gone with Google. They could have gone with Google Stadia, but they didn't. They came to Microsoft. They said, wait a minute, we see what you're doing, and yeah, you might be our competitor, but if you got the tech, we gonna use it if you let us, and we'll pay you. And then they're on that Azure, they're on that Azure technology, man. Just what xCloud is running on right now.
Are you serious? See, I did not know that.
Yeah, man. They already penned that with Xbox, man. They already told Xbox, all right, we're gonna use your cloud service and whatnot. And I can't wait for PlayStation to actually put out a streaming service that can rival Game Pass. I really do, because that's just gonna be a win-win for everybody.
All Sony got to do is just drop the entire library at one time.
And who knows if they will?
All they got to
And who knows if they will? I mean, they got new leadership. Their CEO, they got brand new CEO, and these changes, are coming slowly. But PlayStation have said in the past, our games are too special to be put, day and date like Xbox does with their first party, and they're gonna be doing moving forward with all their first party games. I mean, can you imagine that? Any and every first party game that is coming, looking forward on the Xbox is gonna be on Game Pass.
Files transferred.
You don't have to go out there
Looks like
and
true
spend
orders based on the intel you
$60
found earlier.
on a brand new game and then say, oh, I don't like it.
Knowing our enemies' intentions will help us defend against them.
It's on Game Pass.
Yep.
And because you have a subscription, you're gonna have access to it. That's phenomenal, bro. You can't beat that. So hopefully PlayStation takes a page out of the Xbox playbook and says, you know what, we need to get on this.
Well, every company since the dawn of gaming has done that. Whether it be the Genesis and NES, they kind of mimicked each other a little bit. Or from Master System, and the regular NES did it as well.
Yeah, but some have done it slower than others. It's not like, oh, you're doing something great, let's just do it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I want PlayStation, Sony and Xbox to continue to rival one another. I want PlayStation to come out of the gate hot and blow us away, with a system that is going to rival again the Xbox. Now I'm confident that the Xbox Series X, because Microsoft's gonna be putting out 2 SKUs. They're gonna have the high-end, hardcore, Series X Xbox for the people that are gonna be willing to pay for that extra power, and then they're gonna have the Lockhart, which is gonna be a lower end, machine, but it's still gonna give you that next gen, experience.
Oh.
And I think PlayStation's gonna be right in the middle of it.
You really think so?
Yeah, I really think so. Yep.
Well, you know what though? There's something for everybody. I'm all about play the game. If it makes you happy, play it. I'm thankful for both Microsoft and Sony for taking gaming as far as they have. And Nintendo too. Just Nintendo's kept it more on the family side, where PlayStation and Microsoft is just they've done their thing. I want to thank all 3 of those companies.
Well, I think
especially Nintendo.
I'm really excited to see this next generation of consoles be, you know, something in the console, you know, in the console area that, you know, in our world that we're living in, it's gonna bring something really really new. Stuff that we haven't seen before as console players. PC, yeah, PC's gonna say, oh yeah, we've seen that, we've had that, whatever, but to see it on a console is gonna be something special.
Name a game that we've never seen before that's come out on the Xbox,
Nearby.
PlayStation, whatever, that we can at least somehow find a reference to.
Well, I'm not.
All these games are just rehashes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that they're gonna see a brand new experience. I'm talking about, you know, when it comes to how a game looks. You know, when you have you know, when you have the performance of a game. You know, right now you play games. We just recently got on the Xbox One X 4K, you know, gaming. That's something that PC players been doing for how long? You know what I'm saying? We were talking the other day about how even retro games in the past were running 60 frames, you know, and now that's been, you know, traded up for what? You know, 30 frames, but to get better resolution. We're not going to be having that anymore with this next gen consoles coming out. We're not going to have to trade frame rate for resolution or performance. We're going to get the performance, we're going to get the resolution, we're going to get PC quality, you know, games. You know, you're going to see shading, you're going to see, you know, refresh rates, you're going to see all the stuff that I'm a novice at, but that's never been seen on console.
Well, we're seeing a glimpse of it now with the, you know, with the Xbox One X, right? We're seeing glimmers of it now, but I'm guessing that the X series is going to blow. It should, you know. I hope PlayStation 5 and Xbox, I hope they both, you know, as you said, usher in a new wave of gaming that has that, and it has been so for the last how many years now? You know, if you go back to the history, you go, not Genesis, I'm sorry, Master System and NES, and then you go and then you look up to the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and you were like, oh my god.
Yeah. When you jump from 8-bit to 16-bit.
Yeah, you were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then you went from, you know, then you had a bunch of add-ons, but then you know, when PS1 and the Xbox One came out, we were talking about, we all lost our minds. We're like, man, look at that realism.
Exactly.
You know, look at this. And you remember getting excited about stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like when we saw polygons in 3D.
Yes.
And we were like, man, look at that realism. That's so awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you saw stuff like, you know, like you were showing me on the Sega Saturn, you know, Panzer Dragoon, you know, on the N64, when you saw Mario 64, you know, when you saw these 3D games that took, you know, the industry by storm, and everybody was saying, okay, 2D gaming is done, everything has to be 3D, which wasn't right, it wasn't so, but, you know, it ushered in something fresh, something new, and I believe that that's what this next gen of consoles is gonna do. It's poised for that, and Xbox been working on that, and not just Xbox. I'm sure that PlayStation has been doing their thing, you know, on the down low as well.
Yeah, I'm just, you know, being in gaming, playing games for 3.5 decades. I can honestly say I've seen a lot.
Good work.
And
Cleaning up the streets one
you know,
bad
our
guy at a
children
time.
and our children's
Nicely
children
done,
are going to
Sheriff.
come into gaming technology that's going to blow our heads.
Yeah, like one of
Hoping that
the cool things that I got to see this Christmas was like with my nephews. I gave them I'm not gonna say exactly what I gave. Let's just say I gave them a gaming experience where they're able to tap into Super Nintendo games and Nintendo games that they were oblivious to. And when they first, plugged it in and they were, watching it on their 55-inch, screen TV, the first thing that came out their mouth was like, why does it look this way? And the game they were referring to was Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo. And I played that game. You played that game. Lots of fun.
I love that game.
Yeah, it was a great game. But the moment you put the control in their hands and they started to play, them boys stayed on that game for like hours. You ain't hear like not one peep from them. They weren't like, oh man, this game looks terrible. Now mind you, they're like, how old are they? They're like probably like 10, 11. But the first thing that came out of their mouth was, why does it look like that? And then I kid you not, like a minute later, they were both just gaming. And that just made me think about, wow, we make this big fuss about, oh, the graphics, and it has to be 4K, and it has to be this, and it has to be that. No, it doesn't have to be none of those things. It is those things because we live in this time and age, and we have the technology for it and whatever. But again, at the end of the day, a game is not just how it looks and but how does it run? What's the gameplay? What's the story? Is it captivating me? Is it fun? There's so many factors that we can talk about.
Oh, but we can spend time breaking this down all night long, man. I think gaming conversations can go several different ways. They can be bad, good. Whoa,
what's up with that helicopter? What's that? I don't think I've ever seen it. This thing looks menacing, bro.
They can die all the same. Okay, well, hit me with the missile, why don't you?
Woo! Oh, I'm dead. I fell. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. I told you, watch yourself. I told you, watch yourself. And you standing out in the clear.
Hey. I just wanted them to touch me, that's all.
He touched you, all right.
Yeah, he did. He gave me a nice blessing. All right, let's go to Thurman, and we should be walking over to our next target here in a second.
Where is it that we're going? Oh, I see.
We got
Truman.
another mission to do, and then after this mission, you want to run some Monster Hunter?
Yeah, I guess we can do that, man. I'm getting ready to shut down the stream. So let's run this one.
Okay.
Let's run this one, and then we'll shut it down. Appreciate you guys, whoever been on here, Pops. I know you're hanging out and chilling with us from jump. Again, thank you to Tricky Chimp 8423. Didn't expect that follow here on Mixer, but I appreciate you. Welcome to Drama Free Gaming once again. If you're catching this on a VOD, on a replay, wherever it may be, whether it's on Mixer or on YouTube, help us get to that 100 subscribers so we can slap Drama Free Gaming at the end of YouTube.com. Alright, and as always, Jay spawns ahead of me and then he runs out, go kill everything. So by the time I get to him, you see? I hear explosions and everything. Look at you, bro. They can see it. Listen, you don't know, but the people on the screen can see it. I'm just now catching up to you. Just now through the haze.
Maybe I'm just, I ain't do nothing wrong.
It's because that brother don't wait for me to spawn in. That's what it is. He picks the mission and then he doesn't even tell me like he's gone. He's like, fast travel to me.
Big brother, I was talking about. I'm just playing the game.
That's all right.
You better than me. You've been better than me at Division 1.
Nah,
better
man.
than me in Division 2.
Nah, I don't start with that.
Brother, it was the truth.
We each got our specialty. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, your specialty was being number 1.
Okay, you keep saying that.
Location. Going
Yeah.
I'm gonna
not
let
gonna
you say
get
it.
away from it unless you accept it. You got to accept it.
I'm gonna let you say what you want to say.
You're being too humble, brother. Too humble.
I don't know.
Sometimes you gotta.
I don't know about the humility part, bro. It's just, you know.
Supplies nearby.
I think for games like this,
Are you?
you know, if you ain't playing your role, you ain't doing what you need to do. I mean, you know, if I lead from the front, that's another thing, but you know, better, I don't know. I can't do it on my own, that's for sure. Why does my character keep climbing? Get out of there.
You know, we got a good bunch of guys out there. To you know, I want to thank you guys if you happen to watch the stream. You know, DMB, miss you. Looking for that, that neighborhood sniper. Dusty as always. Much love.
Why is my character going? Don't go back down. There's people shooting there. Come on.
Where you going? You playing ambulance chasing you to run to the fire?
Ain't nobody chasing. There's people down here that were shooting.
This brother running to the danger. Oh man, I definitely want to. I definitely love retro gaming. That's why I've gotten back into platformers, man. That one time we were sitting there and we were talking about retro gaming, and that's why I've been playing like Ori. And those who can hear this, if it's still going, don't laugh at me, but I've been in the Mighty Number 9 right now. Get off me. Know that the game wasn't very much loved, but I like that game. Why am I can't
Do what's necessary, Agent.
See, you see this, people. He flew over here, opened the gates, ain't wait for me. That's cool. He gonna need me sooner or later.
wait, what?
Look, he's already cleared. He's already cleared everybody out. Look, I'm telling you, you can't play with this brother, man. Can't play with
See,
him.
what if, oh look, I ain't do nothing wrong, man. See? Brother said you can't play with this brother. Wow.
I got zero.
Hurt my soul on that one, brother.
Left side. You got somebody on your left side.
What's that person? He dead, boss.
I mean, I was just gonna wait for you at the donut shop.
Oh, you gonna get some coffee on me?
Head
Brother,
to
you
the
gonna order
docks.
a coffee cinco?
Un cafecito. I gotta check that video.
Yeah, man.
Wait,
Brother, I
let
can't
me
wait. I
check
wanna
out
eat.
something on my loadout here that I'm realizing something. Hold on. I need to switch over to. Let me see. What am I gonna put out here? It's been so long. It's just ridiculous. I don't even know if I still know how to use this.
What you done did now, brother?
Oh, hold on. I gotta destroy that.
Proceed to the docks
Is it
and
gonna
do a
let me
sweep.
change it out? Let me see. Maybe it won't let me change it out because it's on cooldown. I bet. Yeah. There you go. Alright. Let's go.
Now, just so you guys know, and I don't want to hear him now, I changed up my complete and utter package. So let's see him use that same excuse twice.
What are you talking about? You changed what package? What are you talking about?
I changed my I changed everything. I'm not using what I was once using.
What were you was using like a minute ago?
Yeah. Using something totally different.
Yeah, I mean you was using a different specialty. I know that.
Yeah.
That's all right, man. I'm not knocking if you're using something different. I don't care.
Oh, I know.
I just feel a certain way when you telling me, oh, I haven't been playing this game. I haven't jumped on it since. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Oh, come on.
I know your style of gaming. You down? See, now he need me.
Oh, really?
See how we are? You see how it is, people? See how it is? See how it is, people? You see how it is?
Immediate medical assistance needed.
You gonna walk up on me, homeboy? Please. Come here, come to daddy, baby. Oh, what? I got sniped.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't even know where this sniper's at.
Ooh, I saw that dude. That dude fell right in front of me.
Where's the sniper at? That's all I want to know.
Nah, I know you're just not gonna leave me.
No,
Abandoned.
I'm not gonna leave you there. I'm just trying to clear out the mess that you made.
Don't worry about it.
Where you at?
Excuse me?
Where you
Why
at?
it gotta be my mess? They made me respawn.
Oh, I was like right there, man. I was just gonna pop out. You died like out in the open.
This brother said my mess that I made. Like what? He told me under the bus like that.
Brother kicked the hornet's nest, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, you gonna leave me here?" I'm like, "Well, you died."
You got me feeling bad about myself right now. Oh man. Really?
Oh man, somebody just threw one of these EMPs.
You know where it is?
They just threw it. Oh, I'm not sure.
Drop. Good Lord. Lord,
Down.
They're trying to get past. They're coming in.
I'm sure you remember that familiar sound, don't you?
What's that?
I could do this all day.
Oh, I'm surprised you ain't noticed it yet. Where is this cat?
Oh, he's off in the distance somewhere.
They're moving fast. UAV.
We got people behind us?
Shot on the mark.
We got people behind us. You know that, right?
I see him. We had people behind us. Ooh. Oh, that's the
assistance.
sniper again.
Just pull back. He coming back. He coming back. He coming back.
Oh, crawling to my knees. Oh, this brother done brought out the heel bill. It's been a long time. It's
Nah,
been a while.
I had the heal. It was just whatchamacallit. I just didn't have it equipped. The chem launcher. I was running Turin and Seeker mines. But that's when I'm running with you guys. We must have been doing something deeper.
I think we were just having fun.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think this ain't the one we don't take this game as serious as we did first one. The first one we were all business, especially when it came game time. I miss them days, man.
Black Tusk UID signature detected.
Sounds like you found some Black Tusk equipment. Destroy it.
You've got more hostiles moving in on your position.
Check your flank.
Next target. Ooh, above us.
Literally on fire.
That girl is on fire.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
He's gonna be trying to shut this down real fast.
One day, ladies and gentlemen, we got to cut you guys in on the fun stream when we play Uno. Man, trust me, that's a sight to see and behold. My big, grown, scraggly self singing a Disney song. Don't nobody want to get it.
Yeah, there's a reason why I draw a blank.
Come on, man. Don't draw a blank. You know you got to join in the festivities. What are we? Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta go down here.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? We gotta blow something up. Destroy the Black Tusk equipment. Oh, down there.
Okay. Oh, okay. Blew up in my face like it was okay. You know, brother, do you think, after seeing, do you think this Gears of War 5 is going to be the last one, the last Gears on this platform? And we're probably going to get what we got with the
We need to
Xbox,
ensure that the entire site is
with the
neutralized
Xbox
and
One,
secured.
which
Head to
was,
the construction by the south side
first
of the
we got the
building
Gears
and look for a
Ultimate
way
remake.
inside the Potomac Center proper.
which I absolutely love the game. We think we'll get like a Gears Ultimate 2 and like Gear 6 on the new system.
I mean, I don't see no packaged in, collectors, whatever, coming out anytime soon until at least Gear 6 drops on next gen console. Maybe after that.
Because remember, brother, when they announced Gears Ultimate, like Gears 1 being remade and blah 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 blah, I lost my mind.
Grenade launch.
I was so happy that they did that.
His brother out in the open like Rambo. Look at him.
Don't you see Sam, little helper out there?
We're in contact.
Got him.
Yeah, I'm waiting, you know, you asking about Gears and stuff like that. I'm really more expecting in expectations of what these first party companies are going to be doing as far as, to your right, brother, to your right, as far as first party games, you know, what's going to come from these studios. That's what I'm really looking forward to. And not just, you know, remakes of stuff.
Well, let's hope we don't get any more remakes. You know, I'm ready for the most originality. I truly am. I haven't seen an original. Last original game that we were all excited for was the biggest letdown of all.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we had a lot of expectations for the game, but you know,
it's not like they didn't.
not like they didn't hype
dig
it.
their own grave with that.
Yeah, I mean, they hyped it and whatnot, but you know, we should have known better, right?
We should have. And you know what though? All the articles that people were dropping about, hey, beware, they were all right.
Yeah, but that could have been turned on its head as well, because if Anthem would have came out and would have been successful, then the same naysayers would have been turned around and said, wow, you know, the game was actually good, and you know, and not even admit that they were saying the game was trash, but you know, somehow, some way put a spin on it so they wouldn't look foolish. I mean, how many times have you seen that?
Well, you know, you're around long enough. See it all. So that's what I'm hoping that. I'm just hoping that these new systems don't make these same mistakes. I know Phil Spencer's trying, you know, having all these new companies signed on, you know, trying to bring games in, but if you're gonna bring in the power, I mean, do it right. Bring it, you know, bring it hard, especially at launch.
Well, you know, when Phil Spencer took over, there was a lot of housekeeping and house cleaning he had to do, you know. So I mean, he stepped into an ugly situation, and I think he's turned this big old Titanic ship around. You know, and it takes time, and anyone who's expecting, you know, day one, these new systems to drop and for there to be like a ton of games, you know, just remember what happened with the launch of, you know, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. There was no games. There was no games.
Do you remember what the launch games were for PlayStation 4?
Didn't it come packaged
Just
with
off the top of your head.
Just didn't it come packaged with it?
Your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
The launch game was gosh, I'm trying to remember. It was like a space shooter or something. Resogun? Wasn't it Resogun?
It might have been Resogun.
Resogun came packaged in. It was a digital game, and I played on the PlayStation when it launched early on. I played Warframe.
On the minigun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the Warframe that we have now. I'm telling you, it's come a long way. But when I
heard Warframe when it first came out was absolutely garbage.
Brother, when I played Warframe the first time, I was like, oh my, I was like, what is this? Like, I quickly like stopped playing that game. I didn't understand what was going on, what was happening, nothing.
Man, I mean, I played at that time we all played together. I just couldn't stick with it, even though it was fun. definitely give those guys down there. Give them their. I gotta give them they due, man. They, as companies like that, it is, they're making money hand over
Find
fist.
it, and if possible,
While
create
AAA companies fail at
We need to
this,
know
I
what's
don't
on that
understand
server.
why.
Well, you know, when you have your heart and soul vested into one game, you know, you have the support of a community because you're transparent and you are constantly, you know, going to the community about the game. It's success. That game was built for the community, by the community, and it continues to thrive because of the community.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know, they're not trying to do 101 other games. You know, they're like, this is what we're working on, and you know, this is what it is.
Watch for strike. Dead asshole.
There we go. I'm just waiting for the. I just want to. And I'm that old age now, you know. I'm not that young man. Back when I bought my 360 and my Xbox One,
Server terminal
you know,
detected.
I want games to be worth my
Perfect.
time
Isaac
and
should
my
be able
money.
to link to the server through that terminal.
Well, I
And
tell
I
you,
think I'm deserving of that.
I tell you what I've come to appreciate this you know, this console generation that we're in
Establishing
is, you know, companies don't have to be these AAA companies in order to
Whatever
make
happens, make sure to maintain the
an
uplink.
amazing game, a worthwhile game playing. I've played a lot of, you know, smaller games that have, for me, have been great experiences.
Yeah, Guns Going Cannoli.
Oh,
Excellent game. Ori. Well, isn't Ori developed by the Microsoft Studios team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, don't quote me on that, but
And I think it's the appreciation for the old style games and retro that really is making me going back that way right now. I mean, yes, we got games like Division 2, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil Remake. All those games are gorgeous and they're awesome and they're great, but there's just something about that classic platform that are just that last light that has values to it, and that's why I really got into Ori. You got quiet on me. Yeah, bro.
yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I said, bro, you must be concentrating hard. You done got quiet.
No, I got quiet. I'm sorry, man. I'm not like really focusing on anything. It's just I just got quiet. It's my bad.
Oh, nah. Did you turn off the stream?
No, we still on. I wanted to finish this mission and then I'll shut it down.
Oh.
That's
Oh, yeah. I figured you wouldn't want no dead air.
No, that's when I usually know it's time for me to wrap up the stream, and then I do appreciate the chat like always. But when I get quiet, it's kind of like I think I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, even though we can talk about a lot of other stuff, but it's just not coming.
Not feeling it at this point.
Well, no, not even that.
Well,
It's just not coming.
Well, it looks like we were talking about ideas for the podcast. Looks like the match should be an hour.
Yeah, I mean, we done an hour and
Well done.
change.
We're still working on decrypting that
And I
file.
and I know that moving
Get some things that we
forward,
can
we're
use.
going to. I mean, we're actually coming up on 2 hours now. It's like, according to what I'm looking at here, it's like an hour and 55 minutes. So we're pushing 2 hours. But, you know, I know that.
Serious?
Yeah, I know that when we do, get more, you know, again, topic focused, discussions and whatnot, and and kind of steer it. It'll be a different experience, especially if we look to do some of the podcasts live and others pre-recorded with the voice layover. The gameplay I'm talking about pre-recorded. So, but yeah, it'll be fun.
I do gotta say when you're trying to play a game and talk,
Yeah.
you end up going back to your basic gaming instincts, and when it gets serious, you get quiet.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? I mean, there's a factor to this that we got to take into consideration. If you're playing a game, but you're more about knowing that your audience is out here, and especially if they're tuned in live, like most people are gonna see this on a replay. So they're gonna catch it where we're not really talking to them live. If it was live, you wouldn't even be minding the gameplay as much as talking to the community. But since we're going to be doing our stuff pre-recorded, it's just a different take. It's a different feel, and it's exhausting too, really, to try to like lock in and focus in on the game while at the same time trying to keep up a conversation and concentrate on what you're doing. But with that said, brother, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna fast travel to the boo, and then leave my character the way they are right now. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us again. If you're catching us on a VOD, whether that be on Mixer or on YouTube, hopefully you guys tuned in and you enjoyed the conversation. Hopefully everything came through crystal clear. Again, we're pushing up on 2 hours now. I really didn't mean for the video to be this long, but it is what it is. Jay, any parting words before we head out?
You guys have a good night. Stay out of trouble. And as always, keep it drama free and keep gaming.
That's right, people. As always, keep it drama free. Later.